I'm very inspired by Tom Cruise as a runner. He's a very inspirational runner. And every time I was running in the show, or really anytime I run ever, I'm always like, does this look as good as Tom?
I do want to start off with something that you wrote on Instagram. You said the Copenhagen Test is sexy spies guaranteed. And of course, I'm being very professional when I say this, but you did also give us a shirtless chin-up scene in this show. So that's like a little spoiler alert for people. We got some thirst trap happening there. So tell me.
I wasn't referring to me, by the way. When I was saying sexy spies guarantee, that wasn't,
right.
I wasn't.
Of course not.
I wasn't being self-referential, but I'm just to be clear.
But listen, pop culture spy thrillers are so great. Tell me what you were channeling. Like, I feel like anytime I think of a spy thriller for myself, I'm like Bond girl, you know, like whiskey, cigarettes. Like, what was like your pop culture film that you were really envisioning when you went into this?
Oh my God. That's such a great question. I mean, I think I'm such a big fan of the Bourne movies.
Yes.
So definitely a lot of that. There were moments where I was definitely thinking about, you know, Tom Cruise and the missions and specifically in how he runs. You know, it's just, I'm very inspired by Tom Cruise as a runner. He's a very inspirational runner. And every time I was running in the show, or really anytime I run ever, I'm always like, does this look as good as Tom?
As Ethan
Probably
Hunt.
not, because he runs kind of weird. It's like a movie run, right? It's like a movie run, and he's actually taled about it. Like, a normal person doesn't run like that.
But no, it's really the arms
style that's iconic for him, but it's kind of weird and probably not practical. It looks like he's running really fast.
Don't look like him.
It does look like him.
What spy thriller were you guys sort of channeling in the back of your mind when you took this role on?
Homeland.
That's good.
I watched all of Homeland right before.
That's good. I get that. I see that. Okay.
I think for Parker specifically, the first couple of seasons of Homeland, it was just informative, because I was like, how do you do this without making it like weird? Like that you're watching somebody like that. And Claire Danes is obviously amazing. And I'm not saying I'm anything like Claire Danes, but it was a great example of something kind of similar. So
that's a good one. What about you, Mike?
I'm a nerd for 70s paranoid thrillers like 3 Days of the Condor and Parallax View. Are two like if you haven't
70s?
seen them,
they're in the 70s?
In the 70s, yeah. It's the same kind of vibe.
And your time, I don't know. And now I'm going to have to go watch them.
You got to go watch them. You got to see them. You'll see what I'm talking about when you see them. You're like, oh my God, Mark is brilliant.
I have to say, Melissa, you know, Michelle and Alexandra, like the chemistry is palpable. It is electric. It's so good. So the bonding, how did the bonding happen outside of that filming? Did Simu take you to Costco to try out some dumplings? Like, how did you guys actually bond?
He didn't, but now I'm like, why didn't you? Why didn't you take me
to Costco? I don't know. We went to Costco.
Amazing day for me.
I know.
He did take me to Wendy's. We shared a Frosty.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we didn't share a Frosty. We each got one. We each got our own.
And you got the SpongeBob one.
I got the SpongeBob.
Well, okay. It wasn't my so knowing that Melissa was coming to town, I was really excited, and I wanted to share everything that Toronto had to offer. We have, we're a city of great restaurants. We have a Michelin guide now.
Wendy's.
And I was like, here's my list of all of the things, I feel like we should check out these restaurants. Where would you like to hang out first? And she was like, I didn't realize that I was dealing with a junk food girly. So she was like, I just really want a Frosty. And so that was our first hang,
he wanted to impress me with like fancy things, and he didn't realize that I
impress you on behalf of our
fancy things to be impressed. I need quality.
Have you tried the dumplings yet?
I haven't tried it.
Yeah,
I would like a bag of dumplings too, by the way.
Yeah.
At some point, I don't have a Costco card. I don't have a Costco card, but I really
we'll figure it out.
Girl, you got to get a Costco card. We're supporting Costco.
It's just me.
Costco is amazing.
Costco, the CEO, keeping the prices low.
What was it like bossing around our very lovely Canadian Simu Liu?
I did not boss anyone around, let alone any Canadian. I was a guest in your lovely country, and I loved every second of being in Toronto. If anything, you know, wearing the suit that I wear as Peter Moyer gave me the chance to feel like I had some authority. But I do have to say that the crew and everybody that made that show possible in Toronto was exceptional. I was really, really lucky to work with them. I've worked in Canada many times, so I'm always
Yeah, you
really happy
have.
to be there.
It's funny because Simu and I both know each other we know one another from Toronto before we moved to LA and everything. So I've actually known him for a long time, but you know, we very lightly knew one another and say hi here and there. So it was so amazing to be working with him. I was like, this is so bizarre. And in Toronto at the same time.
So cool.
And we get along so well. And then to be constantly suspicious of him. But I found it really fun because it almost seems like the character, like when I read Cobb, when I first read the scripts, I was like, oh, like, yeah, he seems like an antagonist, or, you know what I mean? He's a guy you're not going to like, but really he's just seeing the truth. He's actually correct in seeing that there's something wrong here with this guy. Something is off, and no one will say what. And I think that pursuit is really fun to play as an actor because, you know, you're not sure if you like this guy or not. And he's so rigid that I think he doesn't sleep at night. Every night he's like, no one's listening to me. And that was just really fun to play with him. And it's so funny because we're so serious on camera together. And as soon as it was cut, it was like joke, joke, joke.
As far as working with Simu, it was interesting because obviously I'm supposed to be obsessed and looking at him all the time. And we had very few moments actually on set together. But we got to spend a lot of time offset together. You know, Simu, who also was an executive producer on the show, curated a lot of cast hangouts. And so I got familiar with him as a person, which was helpful to me. And then I would also come to set on my off days sometimes and just watch the monitor.
Wow.
What scenes they
really leaned into it.
Yeah. I mean, I was just kind of doing it for fun. And then Thomas pointed out, he's like, this is very Parker of you. And I was like, you know what? You're actually right. So
and you're like, now I am Parker for life with everyone in
now
every
I'm
situation.
actual creeper. Yes.
I love this. But hey, really quickly, Simu, before we go, one of the things that I've always loved so much about you is how outspoken you have always been about representation and how it matters on screens. What was it like to not only speak Mandarin on screen in this show, but then also be in the writer's room for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it was really cool. You know, but I think, you know, I hope, first of all, we have incredible, you know, showrunners, Thomas Brandon and Jen Yale, who I think it's rare to, there can be a certain kind of protectiveness between the writers and the cast. And every show I've ever been on is some weird negotiation of those things. And I just was really blown away by how open they were, you know, for I think both of us to be involved and to give ideas. You know, I think for actors, none of us want to feel like meat puppets to just show up on set and to just say the lines that are given to us. I think it's really, and I think it ultimately makes, you know, the work better and the characters better if the actors, you know, show up every day and we have ideas and we're listened to and you know, we have conversations. And so, you know, I was always really adamant that, for example, Alexander, you know, there was something very culturally specific about Alexander, and that we got to see elements of his life, his relationship with his parents, and you know, it is just such a gift to be let in the way that I feel like we were. I hope you agree.
It gives you ownership. Like you feel when you're allowed to like collaborate, you get more excited about what you're doing.
The characters
and it makes and the energy on set is better and everyone is excited and we're all making this and it's fun. And I think that this specific show was very open to that. I mean, we have a cast of incredible actors, like top talent, and everyone did an incredible job with their characters, I think.
And doing your own stunts, baddie. You're such a baddie. I love that for you.
She worked so hard, and it's like I'm so impressed by.
I had to get to his level. I had to like train to get to his level because he's already so good.
You did good. We're proud. Simu, always so proud of you, of course, as Canadians. Congratulations to the both of you. I think we're going to really love this show a lot. And hey, happy wedding planning.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
Yes, have fun.
Thank you. I'm in the midst of it right now.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Can you tell?
Yeah. I was like, wow, those eyes just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.